So this video is about fixing the Amazon Word section break import bug. This is a well-known, well-documented bug that Amazon's import routine has when they are importing a Word document and that Word document has section breaks in it, which is a normal part of using Word. So this isn't something esoteric that Amazon is having problems with. So let's take a look at one of my books. Amazon says one of my books has a quality image issue. And when we take a look, the one that's left that I'm working on now is the Yoga for Stress Relief and Forgiveness. And we'll take a look at what they are complaining about, which is the formatting line spacing. So we can look at the details to see what the details of this thing is. But what they're complaining about is that there is a single place in the introduction that has an extra line return. And the reason it has an extra line return is because I have a section break there, which is a non-printing character. So they should not be interpreting that as a line break. And despite me trying to talk with them a number of times, their baseline technical support is just clueless about it, and then they haven't gotten me through to an actual coder tech support person who I can show the clear documentation of what the issue is. So I am saying in here that I will fix this, and they say thank you. It's wonderful that you're going to fix our bug in their software. So now I have to go into Word and actually fix the problem that they are reporting. So here I am in Word in my Yoga for Stress Relief and Forgiveness book. And I've got the Pilcrows turned on, which is that backwards P. So you can see all of the non-printing formatting characters. I always increment my version numbers so I can keep track of exactly what version I'm putting into Amazon. I highly recommend that you do that. Keep the version number in the document name on the copyright page and have a tracking document that you keep track of that. I'm sticking in some table of contents because Word or Amazon now really likes having table of contents and everything. So we've got the table of contents set up for this latest version. And then here you can see the section break continuous. That is a non-printing character, and there's no reason that should create an extra hard return. But Word's import routine is flawed, and they see that as another line break, so then it creates a double line break in that spot, and Amazon is being so picky that they're complaining that there's a double line break. So what I'm going to do to work around this is I'm going to move the text that used to be above that section break, and I'm putting it below the section break, so that now this extra double return happens after the introduction. And Amazon is fine with that. They think there's just neat formatting spacing around the word introduction, and that's okay. So in my case, I have a workaround that will function. For many people, they can't do this sort of thing. The section break needs to be somewhere for a specific purpose, and we're just going to have to lobby Amazon to try to fix their broken import code. So I'm saving this out as version 12 so that I have a latest version of this software, and now we're going to go over back to Amazon. So now we're in Amazon, and I need to go to my bookshelf and track down this book that I'm going to be reloading. So I'm looking for yoga. There's my Yoga for Stress Relief and Forgiveness, and I'm going to edit it. I will notice that Amazon is continually changing their interface. I have a series of books I've written about how to use Amazon's interface, and this particular description area, they've changed it at least 12 different times since I started using Amazon, and sometimes it wanted bracket BR bracket to make spaces, sometimes it wanted just a hard return, and each time they change their system, they lose the hard return. So make sure you check that every couple months, and if you lost the hard returns yet again, go back and put them in. It's just part of working with the Amazon system. They have now made the adult-only content toggle a more required toggle, probably because of all the things that are going on in libraries right now. So just make sure you've got that adult-only content turned on, because undoubtedly at some point they will unpublish books that don't have that toggle set. So my books do not have adult-only content. And then the next page is where you actually load in the content. So you see I used to have Yoga version 11 in there. I'm going to be loading in Yoga version 12. And again, this is a good reason to have all your documents numbered with the version number, to have the version number on your copyright page so that when people are reading things and want to talk with you about maybe they see an issue in a given version of a book, you can ask them what version they've got. When you do the look insides, you can make sure it's the right version by looking at the version number on the copyright page. So there's a number of different reasons to keep version numbers on your copyright page and in the actual document name, and always use numbers, don't use dates, because you could easily have multiple versions on the same date. So version numbers are the cleanest way to do it. So I just put up this version 12 where I rearranged how the section break is presented, and it's going to take a little while to process it in. I didn't change the cover, but the way the Amazon system works, whenever it regenerates the files, it regenerates the cover as part of that. So it's just going to say processing your file even though you didn't do anything to it. And once it finishes with the processing the file, then it's going to do a preview set of processing. So there'll be another step after this, but it should just take a minute or two. So I will say in general that it is usually fruitless to argue with the Amazon tech support staff, even if you can clearly document that something that's going on is a problem in their system. Like I said, I've been using Amazon for 20 years or something now, loading books, and you just hit person after person who clearly doesn't understand the Amazon system cleanly. They only know basic things. And trying to show them what's wrong just doesn't work very well. So it's better to find workarounds yourself to get the end result that you're looking for, rather than trying to talk with the Amazon staff and get them to understand what the issue is. And then there's times like when their search results are not working properly, where there really isn't a workaround that you can do, and you just have to take a deep breath and accept that the way Amazon works is the way that it works, and it's not always ideal. So, this is just part of having a giant monolithic company that controls most of the book publishing market. So we're going to go into the launch previewer. It's going to show us what the book looks like in a generic ebook format. So it's version 12. It's got the table of contents. And then now there's the extra space above the intro, but it is not in the section in between the first paragraph and the second paragraph. So they are going to be happy with this result. The introduction just looks like it's prettily formatted. There is no extra space between paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. And the book's going to go live and it will not have an error anymore. So this is, again, a workaround I had to do to handle a bug that Amazon has with their input system. I can't fix their input system. I can rearrange my document. And if you're in a situation where you can't rearrange your document because you really need that section break or whatever in its spot, contact me and let me know. And maybe if a bunch of us go in and provide them with clean documentation, they will actually elevate the issue higher up on their bug report list. So I am now publishing this book into the Amazon system. They will take another look at it to see if it fixed the issue that they had reported on, and everything should be fine going forward. Let me know if you have any questions about this.